What's up, man?
How you
How you
doing?
doing? I'm I'm
Fantastic.
I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie, but otherwise I'm doing great. Right
That's
before
great.
we went live, though, I heard my daughter like run across the top or the floor because I'm down in the basement. So I just heard this like dun 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 dun.
No,
And
I heard it. It
I
was
don't,
wild.
did you hear it? I was like, "What's
Yeah,
going on up there?" Like
yeah, it was
thunder or
crazy.
something. Oh.
No, it sounded like a haunting. You know, for sure.
If I was home alone, I'd be a little worried
Yeah,
right now. I'm not gonna
right.
lie. It's just I'm just sitting down here in the dark, so creepy in the basement anyway. Shit.
Hmm.
Uh, anyway, hey, it's Friday night. Is another beautiful episode of the.
Art and stuff. I'm Sean Ahrendt. I'm not gonna say any bullshit. Here's Joe.
You let me down, dude. Let me
Yeah,
down.
yeah, I'm working on
Ah,
it.
I know. All right. Well, I'm the very attractive, very sexy, very distinguished, always narcissistic but never vain, a staunch defender of Rob Liefeld, and a lover of all things 90s. Joseph Michael Sonntag, or Joe M. Sonntag if you prefer, or as the Pope likes to call me, JMS. Welcome to the show, everybody. We have a very, very fun show. As many people might have, if you didn't check out any of the social media that I posted throughout the week, we announced last week that we were supposed to have Adelso Corona on the show today. He had to reschedule because he's a very busy man, high demand. So
Deadlines. You got to
deadlines,
meet deadlines, and that's important.
absolutely.
Like if people don't understand if they can't meet the deadline, you're not gonna get the gig. So he's
Yep.
doing where's the fucking thing? He's doing the
You got to
responsible.
find that camera, dude. You got to just look where the light is and point.
I'm just looking at me. I
Well, I mean, look at you and then look at the light and then point. That's all I got to do.
so
So
yeah. So
anyway, fortunately though, I hit TJ up, and originally I wanted to have him on earlier because he was about ready to launch this Kickstarter for Okemos on the 12th, which he already did, and or not he didn't fulfill, but he reached his goal within hours of
yeah,
the campaign. I
that's
mean, it's
big.
crazy.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we're gonna bring TJ on here. We're gonna talk about all the effing success he's having right now. TJ, welcome to the show, brother. Good to have you back. How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it
How's
going?
it going?
Pleasure. Great to see
Good.
everyone. Thank you. I'm loving the backgrounds. You guys, I've just got a mirror and like a lamp behind me, and Sean's got some like bulb stuff, and
Yeah,
Joe's got like a
Christmas
purple
lights.
aura going on. Christmas lights. It's good, man. You guys are looking
setting the
great. So
mood.
thank you for having
Setting
me.
the mood.
I'm trying a new,
Right.
a new moisturizer, so like there's some nice glare to my lighting, so I like it.
I'm seeing that your skin looks incredible. Nice work.
Yeah. Thank you. But first off, congratulations on funding so quickly, so soon, and you have 27 more days.
Oh,
27 more days of campaigning, being on the trail.
Yeah.
Kissing babies and shaking hands,
there he
air
is.
shake, That's right.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah.
Payne? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for checking out the show. Speaking of which, I'm just going to bring this up right now because that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, live on Kickstarter right now, we can see that TJ has already smashed his goal with a sledgehammer within, actually, I want to
Yeah.
say just like a day.
I'd
So,
say
at
so.
202 backers, 27 days to go, sitting at $9,630 with a goal of 3,000. I mean, man, that's got to feel pretty spectacular to have that kind of success that quick. And this is your first Kickstarter, right?
Absolutely first Kickstarter, man. Yeah, it's kind of a surreal feeling. I mean, I think for me, I was so absolutely stressed out about it. I wasn't sleeping days and days before it, and I just was hitting people up left and right, telling family members, sending text messages, emails, like, please check out my Kickstarter. I got something coming up. Just prepping it, man, as much as possible. And I didn't think I did enough. I mean, I honestly thought that I needed like a full like 3 or 4 months to kind of like seed the idea. And I only gave myself about a month and a half to seed the idea. So it was kind of like
Wow.
aggressively talking to people about it. Like, hey, there's something coming up. I mean, you remember I was on your show not too long ago, but I was on
Yeah.
another 4 or 5 shows probably within that same week. And even the week before that, I was on a shitload of different blogs and just discussions and panels and just telling people like, hey, Alchemist issue 4 is pretty much done. It's on the way out, and I want you guys to be a part of it. And because it was my first Kickstarter too, I want to let everybody know, like, hey, don't let me down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is the first
yeah.
time. I need your help here. So make it look like a jerk. And they
Yeah.
came through for me, man. And it was pretty cool.
It's funny because we were talking to you, like I wanted to say last month, and you were talking about, launching this thing, and I was actually really surprised how fast you launched it. And so just getting it together that quickly and getting it out there with that much success that's a hell of an accomplishment, so
Hell yeah.
hell yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I would like to say, yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, it was pretty awesome because I honestly felt like, well, everybody I talked to said 3,000 was a little too low, and obviously now we know that it was a little too low. I could have asked for a hell of a lot more, but my whole
Yeah.
thing is I'm not a greedy guy. Like, I mean, it's only going to cost me about $800 to print, $800 to $1,000 to print my books, but then I got to pay my artists and stuff like that. So, hey guys, hey
So
Joe, nice
Fizo,
to have you. Yeah, Sofizo's back. Hey man, what's up?
What's
yeah.
up, brother?
He's a regular, I remember. But
He's on
Yeah, let me
kick-ass work
just real
himself.
quick. There we
yeah,
go.
yeah, no problem. I was just gonna say that I made it very clear to every single person that was a friend of mine, that was a family member of mine, that was a supporter of mine at cons, because I mean, Sean will tell you, like, after doing cons for years, you just have certain pockets of fan bases in areas, and
Yeah.
as long as you're consistently talking to them, they will talk back to you and like, okay, oh, we're not going to see you all year, and you've got new stuff. Okay, I'm in.
Hmm.
And that Kickstarter pre-launch link was super key because I was putting that in people's inboxes, and then I was also emailing that with my mailing list, and then I was also sending that direct messages on IG. So there's already
Nice.
40 people signed up for the pre-launch before it even started. So as soon as it
That's awesome.
launched at 8 o'clock in the morning, the notifications went out from Kickstarter, and then people jumped right in, and that's what, like, in my opinion, shot it right up. It was just like really quickly.
Yeah, I want to say
Yeah.
because the whole thing funded within just a few hours, if I recall, if
Two
I'm
hours.
thinking right. 2 hours, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I
Damn.
was, I know. 'Cause
Look at
I went
that.
on, I went on there to back it, and I think when I went to back it, there was like 1,000 some odd dollars. People had funded 1,000 some odd dollars, and so I funded, and then I went and did my thing. And I checked back on Facebook, and I saw like not too long after that, you're posting fully funded on Facebook, and I was like, wow, like that's awesome. And then it just kept growing from there. So that's really cool to see that you got that support. You've been working hard. I mean, you're busting your ass at the cons.
Hell yeah.
You've got a beautiful looking book. I went out before this,
Thank
after you
you.
were on the show, Mike McMahon and I, we went out and we bought issue 0, ordered issue 0 from Ray Comics. And I got that and I read that and I enjoyed it. I like the story, so I'm actually really excited to read the rest of the issues. But I mean, just very high quality. Uh, the print is quality, the art is quality, the colors, the writing is fun. So you got a really
Thank
really
you, man.
quality book there. So I'm really excited I'm excited for you, for one, for all your success. I'm excited to read the rest of the books too. I'm gonna shut up right now.
Yeah.
I'm rambling.
Could we go through the tiers? Hey, JoJo.
Yeah.
Hey Jojo.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, let me pop this up real quick and get to a different screen.
So,
So
how long did you ponder to determine how many tiers you needed, what to put into each one, and then build your game plan for building the campaign itself?
Honestly, I looked at a shitload of successful campaigns that friends of mine had done, and I talked to a hell of a lot of people, man. I mean, I talked to one of the Kickstarter outreach lead individuals for like 3 hours, and they sent me a whole bunch of material. I watched a whole bunch of presentations on it, and my whole thing is kind of a less is more to start. Like, I mean, I think a lot of people, they want to do a very robust Kickstarter with all kinds of gadgets and toys and all kinds of fun, cool stuff. And I wanted to do that too at first. And I was like, well, let me just reel it back and do something that was excuse me, reel it back and do something that was realistic. And I was like, okay, well, I know people are going to want digital, so I have to have digital there. That was the first thing I was going to do. And then, I always do variant covers, an A and B. That's just something that I've always done. I've always loved doing it. So I knew that there was going to be a print copy for A and B. And then I wanted to also have tiers where people could get like the entire set of 0, 1, 2, and 3 and number 4. So they get 5 books for actually a discounted price. And they also, with that, I wanted to give them something kind of fun, just kind of spice it up. Because I'm thinking, if I'm a backer, because I back Kickstarters constantly, I want something more for my money if I'm getting a printed book. And especially if it's, with shipping too, no matter where you're at, it's a little pricey. So, I give anybody who gets all 5 books, they get, 4 free art prints that are 6x10. They're basically, they can fit right in, a comic book sleeve and something a little fun that can go on your wall, or it doesn't take up too much space. Because if you do 11x17, that's just a whole nother it's a whole nother print thing that you have to do. You'd have to put it in a mailing tube, and if you have 11x17 prints on your store as is, you already know that printing them and shipping them is just it's an ordeal. And I wanted to keep
it's a bitch to mail
talk
prints.
about it. Yeah.
For what they
and the thing is, even if you put it in a mailing tube, they can get damaged. Because the people at the post office just sometimes don't give a shit. So I had one guy sent me a picture of his print, and it was soaked in water because the guy was raining out. He just threw it on the ground. And it's like,
jeez,
stupid shit happens all the time. And I'm like, for me, the question that I kept having in my head is, how do I make sure that most of these tiers can be sent as book rate? So there's obviously toys in this, within this, this offering. But at the same time, if I put a toy in a box of the comic, that's still a book. So it's still book rate. It may be a little heavier, and it may go from $2.80 to like $3 or $4, but I'm still not paying over $7 to ship something. And that's kind of like the little, hack that I the little life hack that I picked up from talking to people at the post office. So that's why I said, hey, I'm going to give you guys some free prints if you buy some of these books. Even if you buy 1 book, you get 1 print to go with it, which is pretty, in my opinion, a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
And because again, people get a chance to select from like really 4 really awesome prints. And I'm again excited to give it to people, excited to share it with them. And it's easy to keep it book rate when everything fits in the same envelope. So that's definitely a huge thing.
Yeah, I helped out Mark Polton and John Malin with their first graveyard shifts, like fulfillment. So I'm learning as you go. It's like, okay, like you gotta how to bag and board, make everything pristine, because you don't want to send the product damage, because I would be pissed as a consumer. But yeah, it's a lot of work. So it's do you have like a team or friends or family that's going to help you out for fulfillment, or is it all you?
It's gonna be a couple of my interns. It's gonna be like my brother probably. And myself.
Yeah, pull in the family.
Like 4. It was just like plowing through them, man. That's how it's gonna be.
All right. Gotta have a good
Russell Payne says, "I'll take that."
Hey, Russell, thanks so much, man. Yeah, jump on that link, and like I said, you get 4 free prints when you get all 5 books. So just enjoy, jump on in. Yeah, the JoJo Oro, you can buy them on the website. That's totally fine. But I personally suggest going through the Kickstarter, because you actually it's better. But if you want to do the website, that's fine. If you let's say so. JoJo, if you do the website right now, your books would probably be shipped within the next couple of days, versus like Kickstarter, you'd have to wait. So it's up to you.
Now wait,
I probably wouldn't want to wait, so buy them now.
Do the prints also come with the book on the website, or just on the Kickstarter itself?
They do not. They're Kickstarter exclusive prints. Yeah, they're Kickstarter exclusive prints by some great artists that are friends of mine. And like I said, I wanted to make the offering as simple and effective and attractive as possible. Sean, you've seen my website, so have you, Joe. There's already a shitload of t-shirts on there as is. And I was actually planning on making all of those t-shirts available for the Kickstarter, and I thought real hard about it. And I'm like, wait a minute, why don't I just do 2 exclusive tees that are not on my site? And then people can dive right into them. And it's still something less that has to be shipped, because my t-shirt people, they're pretty cool. It's like I send them an order and then they ship it to, your house directly. And it's literally hot off the presses when you get it. And no one's ever touched it. And I think that's how it should be. So that's how this particular campaign is going to work with those tees as well.
I'm
I
gonna
would
try to
suggest
drop the.
to JoJo to get the Kickstarter, could not only to be a part of it, but like you get the 6 exclusive prints that you wanted from the website. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to drop the link here in both the Facebook and the YouTube chat. If anybody's interested, follow that
dropping
link.
the ball.
Yeah, there you go. That should take you. All right, the link's in there. So follow that link. It should take you to the Kickstarter. Or like they were saying, you can get all the 4 previous issues with 0, and then, or all 3 previous issues with 0, and then the newest one, issue 4. So help out the Kickstarter for sure. That's basically what our show's about tonight.
And 6
obviously
exclusive
sorry,
prints.
but yeah, so you get a
4
lot of stuff through
exclusive
it. So
prints.
It needs to
Yes,
be.
sir.
There needs to be more backers, and we need higher numbers, because this is
exactly.
worth it.
And I think you're gonna.
I've seen them put in the hard work
interested to see
over
what
the
you're
past few
gonna get.
years. So like this is great to see, like the friendship side. Like I'm like we're on the side of it, seeing you do your thing. It's fucking inspiring. So it's magical.
Man, that's what it's about, bro. I mean, it's I was right there too with where you're at now, where I'm like I'm watching buddies of mine just doing these amazing numbers, and I'm like, God, dude, I gotta get I gotta get on this Kickstarter thing, because people are really really jumping in on this, especially now that they can't buy stuff from a comic book shop as accessibly as they could before. I mean, it takes longer to get stuff online when you buy stuff. So Kickstarter, it's like, again, it's a direct market, and you don't need Diamond, you don't need any of these people, and you literally are just getting it immediately. So super excited to just share it with folks, man. And yeah, I will definitely say that I'm trying to think. The Kickstarter community is totally different than, let's say, the Facebook community, and the IG community is different than the Facebook community, and the Twitter community is way different than all 3 of those. But
yeah, they're fucking
with
evil.
the right type of they are.
Twitter sucks.
Twitter's rough, man. It's like you can get dragged for spelling something incorrect. You can get dragged on Twitter.
Yeah,
It's just how it works. But yeah, man, each market's different. But if you are pushing on all the platforms, talking to as many people as you can easily, again, touch that group. And then when you can, like, then it brings everybody back to the same page. And I think I'm figuring it out. So I feel like I haven't gotten, like, because to me, like, when I can make 30 to 40, maybe even 50, 60, 70, 80K on a Kickstarter, then that's when it's like, holy shit, like you kind of reach a mountaintop that you want to continue to make this a part of your business. You want to, like, milk this thing for as long as humanly possible. And this is just a first offering. I've got lots of other books we're working on, so I'm curious to see how we can incorporate this into our working strategy go forward.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way to do it right now. I mean, a lot of people making some decent money, and you don't even have to be a giant name in the industry or necessarily a big presence on YouTube with some of the campaigners and what they do. You can just have good quality, connect with people, and get a good product out there, advertise well. One thing I noticed that I don't know if we brought up yet or not was that you, within a day or so, got on the Kickstarter's projects we love
Correct
list, right? And that's a hell of an accomplishment right there. So I mean, that I don't know as much about Kickstarter as I do like Indiegogo, because I've looked more into Indiegogo and stuff, but I do know that when you're on that list, there's something that they highlight, right? Like when you go to like the main page, you're part of the projects that will pop up and be advertised right there for everyone to see. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it puts you at the top of the list, and again, like when you search, you go to Kickstarter and you search comics, and then like the first 6 that pop up, mine's within one of those 6. I think the first one is like a 35K campaign that's just kicking ass right now, like doing really, really great. And that, there's that. There's a couple of other ones that are a little higher than mine monetarily, and then there's mine. And it's like, to be a part of that group is pretty awesome. And
yeah, it's awesome.
from what I've found, again, it's the speed in which you're obviously making your goal. If you're able to make your goal super fast, great. If you have also, but from what I understand, it's an application process. So like if you're able to apply to it and they see that, your numbers are good and you're strong, they put you on pretty quickly. And again, ours was less than 48 hours. They gave us that title, and it's helping out immensely, man. Like I said, that the number goes up I'll take a nap, or I'll go to bed for the night and wake up and there's more money on that campaign. And that's because people around the world are, buying digital stuff, or people in the US and under different time zones are buying stuff. And it's a constant, check against what's going on with the campaign. So like I said, I'm super grateful, man. And I'm still working on it. I'm still figuring out the science, because there's algorithms too that you have to take into account. And this is one thing I learned from talking to a shitload of people, that you need to make as much money as you can within the first 48 hours, because that actually rewards the algorithm and gives Kickstarter like there's a ping, like, oh shit, there's something that is making a lot of money, that's people are looking at constantly, because they look at those analytics, and once they look at them, it's like they make a judgment based on those analytics, and it helps. So that's why I said, everybody, your friends, your family, you got to get people to, those initial people have to support big, and then everything else is like a snowball effect, as it seems, from what I can tell.
Right.
We fucking A. Can we play the trailer?
I was just about to say, I was waiting for a break, but yeah, we can definitely play a trailer.
I love
it. Press play, man.
Let me make sure I got this set up right. So you're gonna have to let me know if you hear it, because last time I tried to do this, I didn't have something clicked and you couldn't hear the audio. So let's see.
No, you fucked up.
Say what?
You fucked up.
Could you hear it?
Darn it.
No.
What?
I don't think I can hear it either.
Yo, why were you prepared?
I dropped the ball on that one. The fuck did I do last time?
You're making us like
let me. Oh no. Yeah, they can't hear it either. All right, let me work on something real quick. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. So with the digital files, when will that be sent out for
that those will go out pretty much immediately once the campaign's done. I mean, that's a beautiful part, because the coloring's already done and the lettering is basically happening right now. I mean, by the time September rolls around, that book is going to be ready digital to go into people's inboxes almost immediately. So anybody who supported digital gets it first, probably faster than anyone. I think the biggest hurdle is getting people to fill out their surveys, from what I understand. So if you supported and you're on there, make sure you're filling out your surveys as soon as you get that email to do so, because that allows us, the people who are running the campaign, to get that stuff in your inbox like almost immediately, and then you don't have to wait,
All right, let's try this again. I think I clicked the right button.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is TJ Sterling, president and lead artist of Ray Comics. I'm here today to talk about my flagship comic book series, Alchemist. Our goal is to raise $3,000 to not only finish the 4th issue of Alchemist, but to also raise funds for the subsequent issues, Alchemist issue 5, issue 6, the Tessina miniseries, and Alchemist Dark History. Alchemist is a sci-fi martial art action epic centered around a young man named Cate who, unbeknownst to him, possesses a latent superhuman ability that could potentially save the human race. Cate is being pursued by 4 biomechanical superhuman warriors called the Hunters, who have traveled from a desolate future to acquire this ability for their own dark purposes. I started Ray Comics in 2015 with the sole purpose of publishing unique stories about underrepresented characters, as well as to create narratives that I felt were innovative, cool, and completely different. Last year, we published the third book of our flagship comic series, Alchemist, which was met with numerous accolades from fans and supporters across the country and abroad. With issue 4, we get deeper into the story where Cale has evolved into a powerful force and has the antagonist on the run. There's lots of twists and turns with heart-stopping action and suspense. If you love martial arts, time travel, and sci-fi mashups, you're going to love Alchemist. Alchemist issue 4 is done. It's completely drawn and colored, and as you watch this video, it's being lettered and should be done within the month. So we're ready to go. We're ready to go to print, and basically what you are funding is the print and production cost for the 4th issue of Alchemist, a fully colored 32-page comic book. This is a comic that I've personally written and illustrated. It also has amazing color work by Balram Banerjee of the Zong Brothers and powerful lettering by Duran Bennett of World Design. I've been in the comic industry for a while and have had the pleasure of working with some great companies like Marvel Entertainment, Dark Horse, Aspen Comics, and more recently, DC Comics on Batman Giant #5. Once again, you are getting for your money a 32-page comic book plus some really cool extras. And during this Kickstarter campaign, we will have all previous issues of Alchemist available, so it'll be easy to get the whole collection and dive deeper into the series. Plus, don't forget about our stretch goals, some of which include the next 3 comics within the Ray Comics universe, which we're extremely excited about. Something we're also very excited about is charitable giving here at Ray Comics. We have 2 amazing organizations that we'd like to give back to with this campaign, the United Kidney Fund and the Harlem Arts Association. Thanks for considering supporting Alchemist. If you can't back us financially, maybe you can share this on social media with your friends, family, and fellow comic lovers and tell them about this great campaign that we have going on today. Thanks again for taking the time.
That was really elegant.
Yeah, dude, that was a great trailer.
Yeah, that's really
Thank
good.
you, man. Appreciate that. We, me and my video guy spent probably a good 12 hours working on that thing. Shit.
Shows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we,
was super professional looking. That was awesome.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. For me, I started the videos kind of like more of a interview style thing where it was like me looking off camera, me talking directly to the camera, doing a few different things, and then it kind of felt like we just needed more images and less me because like I don't want to talk for 3 minutes straight and people see me. Like I want to just talk a little bit and then people just see the art because that's really what makes the difference. Don't look at me, look at the art. Yeah, but what's it called? Yeah, we had a good time putting it together, and my brother is a musician. He actually does production and engineering. So his company Mint Music, because again we're all from Michigan, so he's got the Mint on his logo, and he did the background music, which was a lot of fun to be able to work with him on that. And yeah, man, my whole thing was keeping it short. Don't do anything over 3 minutes. And I think we were like 2:48 or 2:59. We were just like about on 3 or under 3. And, because people's attention span is super short, man. Like, they will not watch a video longer than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
the way it was put together was great, and it shows some of the awesome art from the book, which, like I said before, now everyone who's been watching has got a chance to actually see it. It's high quality stuff. Like what I've been impressed with is just the quality that your book is. And like I said, I read the first issue, or actually I guess it's issue 0 that I got, and I really enjoyed that. So really excited to see where your character has gone from there, because I did get the bundle. So anybody, let me pop this back up. Russell says he's definitely getting
Russell,
those.
thanks a lot, man.
Let me pop this back up. So just so anybody that's out there, what I got was the $35 bundle, which gets you issue 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is 135 pages of, like I said, it's amazing art, which is absolutely true. All signed by TJ, and free 6x10 art prints, $20 value. I think that's a great bundle to get you caught up with everything that's already been out there. Like TJ said, you can go to the raycomics.com site to get those back issue books, but might as well just do it right here because it's nice, it's easy. You get the package, you get them all together, and you get all prepared for, and you get the prints and get you all prepared for issue 5. So, and then there's a bunch of other tiers for people to check. If you really like what's going on here, he's got some really cool stuff here.
Let's go through them. Let's give him some love. Let's see what's
All
up.
right, so the first couple tiers are different covers, I think. So we'll just. So you got the $5 tier, which
can breeze through those.
Okay, yeah. So we'll get through these real quick. So you got the cover A, the cover B, cover A and B for $15. The first ultimate bundle for $20, which is the digital PDF Alchemist 1, 1, 2, and 3. Excuse me. A PDF version of 4. $25 get you that T-shirt, which I think that would have been pretty cool. 35, like I was talking about, was what I was saying. Then jump into a little bit of the higher tiers. What do you got here? Clear green resin cal collectible. So you got a custom clear green 5x5".
Yeah, we could probably scroll in the middle of the page to show what those toys look like too. I think they're a little further.
Oh yeah,
down.
let's see if I can find them. So yeah, if you go to the Kickstarter page, it shows a lot of the art that you probably saw in the trailer. You get to really just gives you the synopsis, and we'll go over that here in a second too. For anybody that doesn't know the story, we'll have TJ run it down for everyone a little bit more in detail. Oh, here we go. So, oh yeah, see, this is how much I don't know about Kickstarter. So here we go. So this is a little bit better. So $35 bundle. That's what I got. So are these all
those books? I mean, and then we've got
those are all T-shirts right there. That's cool.
Well, just those two. Those two images are the T-shirts. Actually, they're again the exclusive ones specific to the campaign that probably won't be available anywhere after this.
Gotcha. So definitely limited if people want to get that. Jump on that now, and you got 27 days to get all this stuff. So you got plenty of time.
That's right.
Sorry. Allergies. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be bad. Free with a purchase. So these are the prints right here.
Those are the. Yeah. So the fun fact about the prints, because everything was kind of last minute, they're actually both of those black and white ones are being colored at the moment. I mean, they look great as black and white prints, totally, but they're going to be actually delivered to everybody in color and full color. And I'll probably be updating this image once those, final art, final color art comes in from our freelancers within the next day or so. So people will be able to see that too. So, definitely come on back and expect, the full color ones too.
Would anybody have the ability to get the black and white if they wanted to? Or is it just going to be color?
If you wanted to, yeah. I mean, like I said, if people really wanted the black and white, I have no problem, doing that. Again, I'm extremely accessible on this. I mean, I reply to all of the comments on the Kickstarter campaign page. Replying to all my messages on Facebook and Instagram. So right now, I'm super accessible. If anybody has questions about campaign or adding stuff to your cart, just hit me up. I'll gladly help you out.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. All right, so we keep on rolling here. I'm trying not to die while I'm talking. What the hell's going on? Oh, so here's the toy or the figure.
It's fucking awesome. Look at that.
That is cool.
Thanks, man.
So who made this?
So the fun thing is that I got a 3D guy who works on the team. His name's Tavon Reynolds. He's out of Baltimore, Maryland. He's called, AKA the 3D Hero online. He's done all of our digital sculpting and 3D modeling. And essentially, I've always loved toys. I've always wanted to make an offering, make that part of what we offer as a business. So the green one's a clear resin. The red one's actually a glow-in-the-dark resin. And then we've got these brand new figures that we just finished working on this month. And one is our standard figure. The sword actually comes off the back. It's a magnetic, detachable sword, which is pretty cool. And then cool. You've got 3. And then there's like a comic style one that's painted. That's actually a very limited. I think there was only 1 to 2 or 3 of them. I can't remember, but super limited, which we're only doing for the campaign. So once they're gone, and that's it.
Yeah, those are pretty badass looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
That's
the
cool to
thing
have
is,
that.
if you get a toy at if you yes, that if you get the toy at $150, you do get all of the printed comic books plus all of the prints. So you do
Nice.
get a pretty
Oh,
solid
right
deal
on.
with that too. Yeah, I mean, again, it's higher price, not just for the toy being, just for the toy. It's for literally the entire collection what we have, plus the figurine as well.
Yeah, that's a really cool tier to have.
Now this is cool. So it's you and then a couple other projects.
Yeah, a couple other indie guys that are friends of mine that I frequent cons with.
Mm-hmm.
They again have some really great books. I know them personally. We, some of them, a couple of those guys and I are collaborating on stuff together. So throw them in there. And we sold out of this perk. There was 10 of them. We sold out of that within the first day as well. So,
Nice.
it's just my way of saying, hey, there's more of us out here. Take a look at what we got going
Sure,
on.
sure.
Here's
No,
some
that's
other cool indie
fantastic.
That's
work.
cool.
And
Yeah.
yeah, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then we got our
real
stretch
quick,
goals are beneath that. Yeah, go ahead.
who did the cover for issue 4? This is cover A,
Is that
right? Is that
Kanan?
your?
Yeah, that is Kanan White, who is a beast. He's absolutely incredible. Again, him and I basically, he does covers for pretty much all my books. He's just a real good
Okay,
friend
yeah.
of mine, and I love his work.
Mm-hmm.
So we sit down and we collaborate on stuff and say, "Go, hey, what do we want to see for this cover? We've done something that's so. We've done the team shots, we've done the action shots. What if we do something different?" And it was his idea, with a little bit of my direction, to do the face, broken of Sata, the main character within the Hunters, the leader of the Hunters, and then you see kind of a shadow or reflection of maybe another villain or maybe another good guy. I mean, it's all revealed within this issue.
Yeah, it's a great cover. I love it. That's awesome.
Thank you, man. Then we have
So here's
some
some
of our
of the
stretch goals. Quite a few of these have been unlocked already. Well, all of them have been unlocked.
Yeah, look at that. How surprised were you that all of them got unlocked so fast?
Man, I did not plan for it at all. Like I said, I should have made them higher. I should have put the numbers higher. I think this is a
Right.
lesson that I've learned is ask for more, because when you do have quality work and you do have genuine fans like all three of us do, people will show up for you. So you just
Yeah.
you have to price it accordingly. And I think I'm giving people a big deal right now, but
Yeah.
we're getting the
Oh, yeah.
numbers to reflect the deal, so it's going to offset it, no problem.
So anybody that backs this project gets these stretch goals. Am I right on that?
Anybody who backs this project at the $100 level gets all of the stretch goals. That's
All of
pretty
them.
much
Okay.
how it is. So if right, and again, it's not. So let's say you get the $35 perk, and then let's say you get another one, or maybe
Oh,
make a
okay, I got
donation,
that.
and then you're able to get these. Yeah, because then it's like you're because they're pretty significant. I mean, issue 5 is another 20-page book, and then stretch goal number 4. It looks like is a 100-page trade paperback. So again, those larger items are definitely reserved for individuals that are spending quite a little bit more.
So
But
you
again,
got actually
anybody who buys something gets something for free.
right. But with
Yeah,
these stretch goals,
I've
you're
got to
actually
change the
giving
artwork
quite
to
a bit.
say unlocked.
Oh, okay, I got you. But you're giving quite a lot of books away with these stretch goals. Like so this is
Correct.
a full issue in itself, a goal 5. Like you said, that's 100 pages with stretch goal 4. You get issue 5. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like so
If you're
back
spending
issue 4,
$100 or more, you're getting quite a bit.
5. Yeah. Like that's
Yeah.
so now you gotta think of all new stretch goals, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, my question is, should I be adding more stretch goals, or just keeping the ship pretty tight and just making sure that I can fulfill all of the stuff that is currently being purchased at the moment? Because there's still going to be hundreds of comics that I'm going to have to ship, pack, and
That's
all that stuff. And I don't want to kill myself because I'm literally one guy,
Sure.
It's when you got to recruit all your friends that are around you. Hey, come over for the day, drink some beer, pack these up with me.
Exactly. I'll buy some pizzas or something,
There you go. Home favors. So
I,
below that,
I, I miss Jersey pizza. If this wasn't COVID, I'd go up and help you pack, man. I'm missing me some Jersey pizza.
I hear that,
So
man.
far,
It's really good over
you can
here.
read about the creative team and everybody that's involved in this. So definitely check out the Kickstarter site, everybody, and check up on these people and look into their work, because they've all put together a fantastic looking project. Books, top notch, definitely top notch. Check this out, back it for sure. Let me get back up to the top here. Sorry about all the coughing. I don't know
You
what the hell's
sound
going on.
awful.
I'm dying, dude.
Waffle.
Waffle.
Stay with us,
Waffle.
man. We need you, Joe. Waffle.
Man.
So we
Like I said, man, it's all
sitting here on the
allergies.
East Coast, man.
So, for anybody new, which I think most of the people in comments so far are definitely going to get the book, but if they're just brand new coming on, why don't you give them a rundown of the story so far that they're going to be getting into? Because to me, it's a really interesting story. I know when you were on the show last time, we talked about how it's like really down my alley as far as the things I like. So
hell yeah.
yeah. So I mean,
it's like a Candyland, a Disneyland of all the shit that just tickles my fancy, and I'm just
it's the
like,
Rona.
sign me up.
It's not COVID-19. I'm all right.
Hilarious.
Don't worry.
Yeah, man. So I guess a quick rundown for everybody. Okemos is a sci-fi martial art action story about a young guy that has a latent superhuman ability trapped within his DNA. Doesn't know that he has it. He's kind of going throughout life. He's raised an orphan. Doesn't even know, his parents are, what his history is. He's completely disconnected from any type of lineage of any kind. So has a little bit of a turbulent life growing up, but literally science is one of those things that he feels could be his salvation, because in his mind, science could maybe tell him who he is, and even, help his friend, Brianna Martinez, who's his bestie, who he grew up with. She's got like a rare genetic disease that, kind of affects her heart. So like, it's something that he's, twofold reason why he's interested in genetics, and ends up going to Purdue University, which is the #1 college for genetics in the country. And then these 4 biomechanical superhuman warriors kind of show up out of nowhere from the future, and they've got this armor that kind of shifts on them out of nowhere. And it's very reminiscent of like the Sentai genre, Guyver, and
I
Power
love
Rangers,
that
and
shit.
Kamen Rider, and all that stuff we loved in the 90s. Those nods, that feeling is in the book, and people can tell. But it's a little bit different because they're actually the villains of the story. They're the guys that have killed people and killed monsters in their time, and they're literally not considered the nicest of people. And now they're tracking down this young kid that is pretty innocent, who's never done anything to anyone. So they're the aggressors, they're the villains, and as they get closer to him, he actually starts to change, and that ability starts to waken up. And that's what we start to see in issue 1. Issue 2 is a little bit of the aftermath of that. Issue 3 is even more. It's kind of like a battle royale, I like to say, because I just drew a shitload of action scenes, because that's just my favorite thing to do. And then issue 4 is kind of, again, like what happens afterwards when the tables have turned, when the bad guys are on the run, and you've got the good guy who's become the person that you're actually scared of, which is kind of crazy. And that's issue 1 through 4 in a nutshell. We've got issue 5 and 6 planned. They're happening really soon. How and what else could I say about that? Issue 0 is like prequel. You actually see the main character while he's much older. He's probably in his mid to late 40s, and in the future, kind of fighting these monsters. And again, a fully fledged hero at the time. And then when you get to the first arc, issue 1 through 6, he's a young guy with no powers. So kind of an interesting thing. Non-linear storytelling. We may have some different divergent timelines. We may have some really cool things that come into play later in the issues, and it just keeps people guessing. I think everybody in comics always expects the expected. They're just like, oh, well, I've seen this before, but it's done a little differently. Even something like, let's say, Invincible, which is one of my favorite comics ever, is a complete and utter ripoff of Dragon Ball Z. It's the exact same story, but it's kind of done through an American superhero lens. You know, like that's exactly what it is. And they have characters like Batman and Wonder Woman that are in the first arc of Invincible that eventually get killed off, but they're still kind of like sampling and you know, a nod and this is an ode to my favorite comic books, but then they change it. So again, people are used to that in comics. They're used to stories being recycled and allegories being dropped in that are not that have been done before. But with what we're doing, we try to do our absolute best to take that, like, that perception and just completely flip it on its head.
Nice.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like everything you're saying, like you're preaching, and I'm like, that's the template I have. You know, it's like loving the same stuff, and it's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but twisting it up around here, and it's it's beautiful. That's what makes it exciting. You know, creating that world.
Man. I mean, I want people to think, and I feel like over the years that's what made people come back to Ray Comics, because they're just like, my brain is still trying to figure out the previous two issues, and I don't understand why I haven't been able to wrap my head around the story. I was in Rhode Island at Rhode Island Comic Con a couple years ago, and I had this group of guys sit by my table and ask me a million questions for 30 minutes because they just wanted to figure out the story. I'm like, you guys just have to buy it. But
right.
But I understand we're in the Netflix generation. Everybody wants the entire payoff like this. And I get it, but I don't work like that. I mean, I work as fast as I can, and you know, I want you to get that, though, and I want you to think about it over time.
Yep. Russell says, I'm really interested now. For sure, going to go on and get them all. That's awesome, man. We really appreciate
Russell,
that.
man. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Russell. Appreciate that, man. And appreciate you guys. Like I said, this is a great show. I love how professionally it's together with the cool backgrounds. It's a lot of fun to be on it. So.
Well, we love you, and we appreciate.
I'm serious. That's actually not a joke.
Oh well, thank you for the kind
word.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Again, it's just like I'm like, Joe, you set it up and I'll come. Like that's how it is.
Yeah.
And like but it's a blast because
sure.
we got great people on, we got talented people on, and you know they also giving not only great vibes but like teaching us a thing or two, because I know me and Joe are definitely taking notes. I'm gonna be rewatching this just to see what's up. That's what I've been doing with the previous shows. So yeah.
Thank you, Russell.
It's
Payne.
Definitely.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate everybody that comes on every week.
Russell, you're the best.
Yeah. We try to make sure the show is at least somewhat entertaining, just looking at our goofy asses and you know, as professional as we can be.
There's so much shit we could say, but you know, we do our best. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
And don't mind my potty mouth, guys. I hope all the swearing is accepted on all fans' book, because you know.
Yeah.
I think anybody who's checked out the show now for 19 episodes knows that this is aimed towards adults, I guess, R-rated, HBO style.
So we can drop the F-bomb as much as we want.
Yeah. Like irresponsible parents, if they want to have their 9 and 10-year-olds watch it, cool. You know, like we grew up in a generation of like watching like Nightmare on Elm Street and like Friday the 13th, and at that age, you know, they were cursing, there was titties in your face, and it was just like, wow, this ain't so bad. And I think we turned out okay for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, this is
for the most part.
This is the conversation. Me and my brother, we have this conversation all the time. Like, what makes a movie is murder, mayhem, and nudity. Like, those are the three things that make a movie. Not the Game of Thrones nudity, where there's balls and butts and stuff. That type of nudity, but like
not that far.
The guy type of nudity, the manly nudity, like there's really nice breasts or something. This is just all brass tacks, me talking. But you know, all those '90s kids, we turned out pretty good. I think we turned out okay.
I'm spreading that rumor the best I can.
I'm not gonna argue with that one. Great generation, right?
I mean, think about it. What's like a great generation? You know, some of the best movies around: Fifth Element, Murder, Mayhem, Nudity. Total Recall, Murder, Mayhem, Nudity. I mean, pick your favorite action movie, and it's usually got some breasts in it.
Yep.
What was the other one?
No, I was just saying Total Recall. You got 3 tits. in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the
Three.
trifecta.
That's right.
There.
yeah. You need backup for that.
That's right. Need three hands.
Yeah. I
That's
wish.
awesome.
Too funny. That's cool. Yeah, well,
So
man, we
what do you
really appreciate.
use? Hold on, I got some more
Talk.
questions.
I wasn't ending the show. I was just saying we really
So,
appreciate you coming on. Whatever, dude. Go ahead. Shit.
yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you? What a dick. What are you using
Yeah, go ahead,
for
man.
packaging? Are you using like Gemini mailers? Are you using boxes from the post office? Like, what's what are you doing with those? Because I think shipping is huge, and people want to
Typically
make
I
sure it's like,
do. Yeah, I'm my typical process for shipping like small books, and again, like I'm thinking the majority of orders are going to be about 5 comics, which is about a pound and a half,
mm-hmm.
and about a pound and a half book rate's not really going to cost that much. It's probably going to be more of the material. So typically we do
Right.
padded envelopes with, and again, I think Joe can tell you that we do padded envelopes, and then there's some type of cardboard in there, so it's not bent or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mr. McMahon got his bent, and then I ended up resending him a new book. So his new books were completely in perfect shape.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm still figuring out the mass part of the mailing, because once we do it on a larger scale, it's going to be because this is what we have to do with this campaign, and it's going to have to change. And that I still have not figured out 100%, but I definitely will within the week for sure, because I've got no choice.
Have you checked out the Gemini?
I believe
boxes?
I've seen the Gemini mailers, but I'm gonna take a look at them now that you're mentioning that. So I just learned something. So thank you.
Oh.
I would say I've gotten a lot of projects that are mailed into Gemini, and they always seem to come really, really sturdy. They're really well packed. You can unpack them well. You can actually fit quite a bit in those. I've been surprised.
Like 2 to 3 worth of trade paperbacks.
Yeah,
a modest number, not like an omnibus, but like a couple of those, and like bag and board, and like they come in for the most part great condition.
Yep.
Absolutely,
I've had good experience
man. That's awesome.
getting stuff from that.
I'll be checking that out. I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah. But there's a science. Like, I think what Mark told me was, if you have the Geminis, if the label, I think if the label's facing up, it's easier for you to grab and then do like your Mr. like Unagi fold, because you gotta fold it. Fucked up my head like 20 times. Because I'm like, what am I doing? Like, it looked like I was voguing or in like a Backstreet Boys video doing like a synchronized dance. But it was wild.
Popping and locking, some babies breakdancing.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I say I don't envy the whole fulfillment of actually packing everything up and mailing it. That's one thing that I don't envy anybody for doing that. So, but I mean, it's well worth it.
The worst part.
That's gonna be the worst part. But I mean, it's well worth it. But that's definitely the worst part. It's like growing. It's like growing weed. That's the easy part. It's trimming it all up and selling it. That's the hard part. So
exactly. The preparation.
I got my card the other day, so I just go and buy it down the road.
There you go. That's the easiest way, man.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's genius. I need that. I need that.
Thanks, diabetes. Sucks, but whatever. I'm grateful. But anyway.
I'm grateful.
I hear that, man. But yeah, we're like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how that looks. But I'm talking to quite a few people about the shipping process, and gonna have it buttoned up real soon, because like I said, there's no choice in the matter. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's got to be correct. And Sophie's what's up, man?
So is this going to be something you think you're going to do now on a regular basis with the Kickstarter stuff, or is this going to be like an every once in a while thing? Or I
would say I'm going to try to do it every 6 months now. I think that's fair, because within 6 months I can generate a whole bunch of new material. I mean, again, I've been working behind the scenes on books for years now. So again, like a lot of the books that I offered up as part of the stretch goals were books that have been under production for quite some time. So I knew that I could confidently say that, hey, I'm going to be able to deliver this with no problem. But yeah, man, the next campaign will probably be for the seen the miniseries as a whole. I'll probably attach, some type of animated stuff in there, maybe some pins, a couple of other cool offerings. But I'm gonna make
people
it
love
different
pins.
than this one. Yeah, man. I guess
Mhm.
I just started making pins this year, and to me, I love enamel pins. I've always been a collector of them, and I'm like, why am I not making these? Because
Yeah.
it's cool to just
Right.
have them, and you could get pins made in China for like $1, $2, $3 maybe, and then you can sell them for $15. Like that's a
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic profit that no one argues with a $15 pin. Somebody will pay $20 for an enamel pin, and it's a fact. Like I've seen it at New York Comic Con, I've seen it at plenty of other places, and they're super cheap to make. So why not incorporate that as part of the business model as well?
It's a great idea.
Fucking yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
you can start out small too. I know a good friend of mine, she does her own stuff, but then she does lots of like little fan art stuff. Like she'll do My Hero Academia. She'll do I think she did like a Wonder Woman one. And again, those always sell. So you're always going to be able to get that. And plus it's like your art still that someone's wearing, which is pretty cool. So yeah, man, we got to continue to diversify, and Kickstarter is something that has to be, I think it has to be a part of our business model, because I mean, what if this happens again? What if COVID doesn't really go away, and then you get COVID Concrud, and those two juggernauts put together? You might not walk away from it. It's crazy.
No, that sounds horrible. But no, the crowdfunding scene, I guess I don't want to say thankfully, but like a lot of them it's taking place of the convention scene. Like we said, we're reaching out to our audiences, we're reaching out to the clients, our friends, our family. We're letting them know what's up with us and how we could turn a curve with what's going on and get our product out there. The best possible way to do it. So it's a weird blessing, and I feel weird saying blessing, but like it's a way for not getting hit in the balls of not being able to work, because COVID took a lot of us rely on that. I could say I am one of them. Doing the con circuit, man. Like,
yeah, man. I mean, I had 15 shows this year, and I think I did one of them, and all the other ones were canceled. So it's a hell of a lot of income that I'm missing, and it's rough because, as I said, I'm grateful for the Kickstarter, because we're going to be able to get some of that back, and hopefully within the next 27 days we can break. We can do some crazy numbers, and then just I don't know, maybe that'll be my con for the entire 2020 is just this one Kickstarter.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. What the fuck? Like what a thing to do? It's like, all right, boom. It's all about you.
Who knew? I had no clue. I had no clue that this was even a thing. It's crazy.
Like I was saying, there's some people out there making some really good money doing this, and if you can do it on a regular basis, like you're talking about, every 6 months, and pull in a similar kind of number to whatever this campaign might ultimately achieve, then you're really talking about being able to actually put some money behind your products and vision of where you want to go forward. So that's a hell of a start you got so far. And you put in the hard work before to get to this point. So that's,
correct.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, that's detrimental.
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
People know.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, guys.
Because of everything you've done, because of who you are. Like, let's say like the fans, like they met you at the shows. They see you on social media. They see what you do. They're like, I gotta have it. Like, if I can't go see him in person to pick it up or whatnot, let's do it online. Let's make magic. So the fans are important. That's weird to say, fans.
You got them. I've seen your table.
Yeah, I got a couple.
I've seen how many people crowding around you.
I got some nice people. I'm very appreciative of all their hard-earned money.
I'm counting these greenbacks. No, it's true, man. I think it's wild because people, they've got these virtual cons, and I don't think that they're the same. I feel like Kickstarter has, and the Indiegogo, these platforms have the excitement that the cons have. Because again, you can watch numbers grow. I mean, I have supporters that are watching the page, on their own. They're like, "Oh man, I'm just curious what it looks like today." Like, there's a thrill to it. that I
Right.
think you're that pro you might get at a con, you can kind of get here, which is kind of cool. So as I said, I'm definitely going to start incorporating it into my business model. I'm going to try and start doing more trades. It's just a matter of like your artists need to work. Like every artist, if you really want an artist that does quality, they take time. They do not do it
Right.
quickly, and I think people just have to be aware of that. Like if you really want something that's done quality, it's not going to be done within it's not going to be done within 6 months. It could take a hell of a lot longer because quality takes time.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no more Jack Kirby's who could do 3 to 4 books in 1 month.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it takes time. It definitely takes time.
And with the indie scene,
For sure, man.
if you want to compete when you're in the indie scene, you need to put out a product that is comparable to the stuff you see on the shelves at comic book stores. And the only way you're going to do that is to put time and quality into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's so good about the crowdfunding campaigns with Kickstarter, Indiegogo, is you get the opportunity to do that. And I think people are starting to actually come around to that. Like I don't know if there was a stigma for a while when it came to comics that were crowdfunded. People just kind of wanted to brush it off at first or not think that they were good quality or comparable. But I think they're starting to come around to the fact that there's good products out there. There's great art, well told stories, awesome characters that are coming together. And it might take just a little bit longer to get issues out. So you're not pumping 12 a year, but you can put out possibly 4 a year if you get shit together. And I think that's well worth the wait for something that's new, fresh, and a good quality product.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, man, and super limited because the books that we're doing, aren't in the thousands. It might be in the thousands over a couple of years' time because I know I definitely reached that milestone, but it took me a while to get there, and ultimately, you're getting a book that it's got blood, sweat, and tears in it. It's not, done through a big, because as cool as the big two are, like, and again, I think that there's, they're looking at the numbers. You're looking at, it's a corporate engine now, and you're looking at,
clearly,
and you hear about you're looking at the DC layoffs, and it's like, holy shit, like this is it's a corporate machine that's not looking at the creation of comics as an actual expression. So, I think with the indie, every single
the stickers and the merchandise.
Correct. The merchandising, the movies. That's what they're looking at because that's obviously where the real money's at. And I get it, but at the same time, like I want to tell a story that is unique and different and something that's got some soul and some spirit to it. It's got
message.
The energy of it is a real thing, a message. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So Viso graphical.
I feel like the indie. Oh, depends.
Which I'm not
quite maybe sure.
Well,
can we clarify?
Viso, can you mention in your books? Yeah.
Was it either yes or no?
Right. Yeah. Clarify that, man. I'll pop you back up so we know what you're talking about. I mean to cut you off, man.
I was going to say that. What do you? Because I feel like independents are going to be the wave of the future in terms of the properties that get picked up on Netflix and Hulu and all these places because they're going to be able to get better licensing deals because it's directly with the creators. I personally think that independents are the wave of the future. I think Marvel and DC will do their stuff always and they'll have their books, but what's the hottest stuff is going to be the new indie stuff. And I'm just curious what you guys think about that.
Oh, I
agree 100%.
I think you can feel it. You can feel it and you can see like there's something happening. There's some excitement that's generating. It's happening now for a few years now, but it keeps steamrolling. And we see it, time and time again. And just getting creators on like you on here and talk about your story. For one, when you were explaining the story and I'm looking at the visuals, right off the bat, it's something I could see on Netflix. Whether an animated show or live action, it's something that would be a compelling story and entertaining to watch, and it definitely is a licensed product that could be picked up. And I see that a lot in a lot of indie books, because they don't necessarily have to be, the capes and everything. There's a lot of good sci-fi stuff, and I think a lot of people are more leaning into their sci-fi roots, especially us '90s kids. Leaning into our sci-fi roots and everything we grew up on and put that into like kind of like a superhero mode, but more so on the sci-fi aspect, which I think all three of our books and projects are more sci-fi than they are superhero.
Yeah. Like,
And I think that's one thing that's really starting to stand out.
yeah.
No, I
No, I
totally agree
agree.
with you,
Like,
man.
and
It's
I'm just thinking. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah. Go ahead, Sean. I want to hear that thought. Go ahead. No.
No, I was just thinking. Like, like I'm in research mode. So like I'm looking in documentaries on. Like I know a modest amount about like mind culture. But I'm trying to go a little bit further. So it sounds like I'm not spewing bullshit with what I'm doing. So like I love
Correct.
the research aspect of it when you're trying to you try to fill the holes and try to make all the
Right.
pieces that you're throwing out in your dartboard of ideas kind of string together or what have you. So it's like I thought of an idea. I'm like, would this be plausible? I'm like, nah, but it kind of sounds cool. So maybe they'll just buy
Yeah.
into that aspect of it. So
Yeah, the
there we go.
research and development is always an interesting thing. I mean, I think for us, it's like I have to feel the story. Like I think I have to just feel like you go to Joe, love, bro. Yeah. See you, Russell. Thanks for stopping.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
for coming.
Thanks for
I
saying, brother.
yeah, it's the organic nature of story and just what feels cool, and then obviously what you can back up with facts or research or whatever. And it's always interesting creating a new title. I think for me, I always approach it from a standpoint of what do we not have and how do we do that, and then just
Mm-hmm.
the ideas start to flow. Like we've got a book that me and my brother are developing together. That's young kids in space that are like fighter pilots, but we're kind of tweaking it to like add lots of like I don't know, like alien stuff in there. It's hard to explain, but I mean, when I have it down pat, I'll tell you guys more about it. But ultimately,
Right.
it's a coming of age youth story about young pilots in space, and I've always wanted to do a book like that.
Okay.
And I've never done one, so now I'm doing one, and we're working on it behind the scenes. So, but again, those things come from the questions like, okay, what do we not have, and what can we offer that's different than what we've already put out?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And with indie creators, we have the luxury of doing that. And I think
And
that's what's awesome.
That's right.
yeah, you can make it more personable. Like for me, like this December it'll be 25 years as a type 1 diabetic. I've lived half most of my life as one. And I'm like, why isn't there a superhero that kind of represents what I go through? Because it sucks.
Hell yeah.
Like it sucks. But as a kid, I created one, and throughout the years, I kind of redo it here. But like last summer, like I was telling Joe when we first started doing these, I'm like, this would be awesome. Let me take my love for what I have, and then kind of maybe kids will dig it, because like when you got your good days and your bad days of your lows and your highs, like you get your ass kicked, and there's something to be said about reading about a superhero that has what you have, and see what we can, just try to get that little personalness.
I would buy that
Sells
book
it.
absolutely immediately. And I think that if you have a Kickstarter about that idea online, you're going to do great, because again, like you're speaking to a very specific thing that a lot of
Yeah.
people have probably thought about,
Well, yeah, definitely. Like that's the intent. But like I'm also bringing like how you did like Common Writer, dude. I just got into Common Writer like over the pandemic, but like I'm like, this is the greatest shit in the world. But I was going to like Mummy's Alive. Do you remember that cartoon?
Oh, Mummy's
I
Alive. I
do,
used to love
yeah.
that.
All right,
Oh
so when
yeah.
I
It's a great
originally
show.
so I guess I was in high school when that came out, and then when I redid Strees to a degree, like I'm like, I wanted like ancient Egyptian type of technology, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm Mexican on paper, and I love my heritage. Like, let me put some of my heritage into it and kind of twisting shit around. I'm like, not that ancient Egyptian stuff is not cool because I love it, but like like again, like more personable and like it has to help out with my
Absolutely.
main character, so shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So I
cool,
got
man.
some
And that's why I
clarification.
said I love unique tales. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I've got some clarification from Sofizo. Said you can draw
Mhm.
4 books a month if it's simple style and easy partnership. That was the point. It depends on the style and mechanism of working with people that blend well.
And a lot of
Which
cocaine.
and a lot of cocaine. Definitely a lot of cocaine.
Coffee and cocaine.
No,
But I agree. I
that's
mean,
good.
I agree. If you have a really simple style and good flow to part, you might be able to pump out a bunch of books. But
Yeah,
I was
very
more or less,
gestural forms. You know, if you're just worried
yeah.
about telling the story. But yeah, for sure, you're not wrong. I do concur on that part.
The style I
For
have,
sure.
no way. The style I have,
Same here.
wow.
Mhm.
Same here.
Yeah,
I literally kill myself with detail. I mean, but again, that's in our
Yeah,
DNA. '90s kids have that
exactly.
DNA, that's how it works, man. You can't
you
get
Hmm.
away
got a
from it.
noodle, as Todd McFarlane says. Oh, you got a noodle, boy.
That's right.
That's what it's
You
all
got a
about.
noodle.
I'm
Oh,
actually
boy.
in the process of trying to pull myself out of a little bit of style. Like, not every panel has to be so detailed, but it's like it works against what my
Right.
brain wants to do because I
Mhm.
see so much. I could literally, if I don't stop drawing something, I could literally just draw the hell out of it and put stuff that people are probably not going to notice and don't really mean stuff
Sure.
in the long run. But that's
Mhm.
how I grew up. I grew up with you know, the amazing details of Jim Lee and Stephen Platt and David Finch and Dale Keough and Rob Liefeld and all these guys that would put so much detail into rubble and smoke and chipped up armor and textures. That's Mark Silvestri, like all that kind of stuff. That's where my brain goes when I'm drawing. So
Yeah.
that I definitely have to be very focused to get a book out. I have to manage my time a lot better. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For sure. I hear that, man. I mean, with my current level of detail, the only thing I can do is about a page a week, and that's literally like if you
Oh,
split
that's still
like
fucking good.
a page into, yeah. I mean, I mean, even that's a lot for me. But it's like one panel Monday, one panel Tuesday, one panel Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and by like almost the end of the week, you've got 5 panels, which is almost an entire page. And
Yeah.
let's say I'm feeling lazy or I'm just not, within a creative, it's not flowing right. I may have to
Yeah,
spend Saturday and Sunday just kind of banging it out. But yeah, man, I put myself on a schedule, and that's the only way I'm able to complete books. Because if I look at a whole page and try to get it all done in a day, I'll burn both wicks of the candle right then and there, and then I'll be uninspired. So I like seeing the
yeah,
progress. It's like every day, let me get something done, and then I know eventually I'll get to the finish line.
Yeah, a little bit at a time. That's what it takes. If you can devote a little bit of time here and there, but consecutively or frequently, you get it done. Well, that's the rumor.
Absolutely.
that is the rumor.
That is the rumor. Hey, Christopher, thanks for
What's
joining
up,
us.
Christopher?
Do you want to go
Yeah,
through the
it's
campaign again? You want to
yeah,
see
it's
maybe more backers?
oh yeah.
Hopefully,
So we crossed the hour mark. So let's check out the campaign one last time. So we're sitting at 203, $9,675. Like I said before, we smashed that $3,000 goal. Still with 27 days left, people. So plenty of time to back this awesome looking project. Let me get the right thing here. Great art, awesome story. I love the design of the
that is
characters,
a
man.
great gesture.
Yeah, that was
The
why
whole
I used this
composition is
image for
phenomenal, but this is great.
The up
yeah, but
shot,
and
yeah.
then the cover right there is that cover A we were talking about? Yeah,
It's
that's
Cata's
just an
cover,
awesome
right?
cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn.
Yep, yeah, just it's so cool. I mean, this is right down everything that I liked in the '90s. Like you said, you just you found that button and you push it, man, because that's definitely exciting.
Yeah,
That
But
means a
that's
lot. I'm
movement.
really glad
That
glad to hear that, man.
that's constant movement. That's the whole Z method right there. That is drag your eye. You see everything. Hell
beautiful
looks at
page
that.
layouts. Yep,
Yeah.
awesome art,
Thank you.
man. Just so cool, so cool. Yeah, so everyone
I
check this
appreciate
out.
that, guys.
Definitely.
And
Hmm.
So Kickstarter, look up Alchemist, uh, an action-packed Sentai sci-fi comic series.
Sentai.
I can't.
Sentai sci-fi comic series. Yeah.
I can't
Joe,
read.
you got to get into it. You got to get in the Common Writer. Like, I'm
You gotta
sad
do what?
that Common Writer, like 01. Like I'm
Oh
sad
yeah.
that show is ending. But there's no one. There's like 30 years of this shit.
What's up, Elliot? So what's up,
Elliot, how's
everyone?
it
I picked
going?
up a book last time you were on the
Hey,
show.
Elliot.
Great work, great stuff. Awesome, man. Well, if you get a chance, go to the Kickstarter.
Appreciate that, dude.
And there's a bundle we were talking about. I don't know when you joined us, but there's a bundle for $35. You can get every book that they've got. Let me see. Oh, it's somewhere.
They all come
So, like-
signed, and you get 4 free art prints as well when you grab all 5 books.
Yeah, right there you go, right there. So you get all 5, or you get all the books plus 0 for $35. That's what I got too, because last time TJ was on, I went on to theray.com, which I should bring that up. Actually,
Plug it.
Do you want to plug that, or do you want to just focus on the Kickstarter? I don't want to take attention away from
Let's-
the Kickstarter. It's up to you. Up to you,
Let's plug
TJ.
it
You want
all.
to plug that?
No, it's totally cool, man. You can go through the whole thing. I'm totally fine with whatever.
All right, honest. I'll bring up the website so everybody knows the ray.com website. But anyway, definitely. All right, I'm not gonna be able to talk and do this at the same time, so I'm gonna check out for a second.
Today, Joe.
I know. Sorry. Well, I got
So-
type. I got look at things.
Yeah, whatever. So
You're
with
doing a lot over there, man.
Yeah, he can do more. So with the trade paperback that for the one stretch goal do you have any like behind the scenes planned in that, like step-by-step pages or how to do stuff, tutorials or whatnot, or goodies?
Oh yeah, Elliot.
Thank you, Elliot. Appreciate that. No, I don't have any tutorials on anything. I mean, what I will say is that once the trade paperback is done, I'm absolutely going to put in preliminary sketches, some concept ideas, maybe a couple black and white covers in there, because that's that's the stuff I love about trades, like getting those black and white covers, seeing the pencil art, and so you're definitely going to get that. I mean, again, you pledge over $100, you'll be able to take part in that one, and it's going to be cool, man. So I definitely hope you guys get a chance to, everyone who's watching gets a chance to dive further into it. I know these two handsome gentlemen have already done that. So, yes, please take a look at the campaign and donate and share and all that other fun stuff.
I've got a question from Elliot, which he said, since you have to dedicate so much time to promoting this project, I was wondering how many hours a day do you draw? Is it an 8-hour schedule?
Hey, Elliot, great question, man. There's no way that I can draw right now while I'm running the campaign. So I usually split my year into 2 sections. 6 months of creation, which is just me at a table, really not on social media as much, as pushing myself and beating myself up all week, trying to make sure I can get a page done. Again, because to me, like, 1 page has to be done every single week for consecutively however many weeks it takes to get the book done. And then the other 6 months is traveling across the country for cons. Again, usually we do about 10 to 15 a year. And then after that's done, we start the process all over again. But in this case, since there's no cons, I put my time in and finished the book. And now the Kickstarter is me doing marketing and advertising and being on shows like this and just spreading the good word as much as possible, as if I was running for office. This is the election right here. The Great Comics election. Kissing babies, shaking hands, and
we're
doing that all for 27 days straight. We're doing that. So, welcome.
You gotta eat your Wheaties.
Good question. So I finally found it. Here's the Ray Comics website. So again, everybody's joining us. Please check out the Kickstarter, and if you're going to buy anything as of right now, go through the Kickstarter as far as the comics go. But with the website, you got so many different things you can actually purchase on the website. So go to raycomics.com. You got art prints, you got t-shirts, you got toys. Let's look at some of the t-shirts real quick. Yeah, so you got some really cool.
You have t-shirts. These are all available. Thank you. Yeah, these are all available right now. Again, if you bought these, they'd ship probably within 24 hours. So everything on the website people can buy, they get it pretty much like way sooner than the Kickstarter, like a lot sooner. So something to take into consideration. I'd love for you to support the Kickstarter, but if you want it, you don't want to wait, I understand that too, and I'll gladly take the money now.
That's a good point. Yep. So as far as the comics go, you got so this would be 0 through 3, right? That's what you got on the site.
Yep, 0, 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, there you go. So you can pick up any one of these, and it's only $10 for, I mean, it's not that bad at all. I mean, it's good pricing. Comes fairly quickly. Like we were talking about, if you didn't catch it before, it's fairly well packed. Mine came in fantastic condition, so I was very happy about that. But yeah, it's funny because I was going to sporadically go back through and buy all these until I saw that you had the bundle on the Kickstarter, and I was like, I can wait a little bit just to get them all at once, because then I can just read them all at once instead of just buying them every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
see,
sick.
the fun thing too is that, yeah, that's the black and white special edition. We did that for number 3
awesome.
Last year, and yeah, a lot of people like the black and white work, man. Especially when you have Cate doing a cover. Like, his work is extremely powerful as a black and white, piece. So we'll most likely do some of those go forward. We don't have any black and white special editions available for the Kickstarter offering, but we will definitely have probably issue 4 in black and white form somewhere, somehow down the line.
So the entire book is black and white, right?
Yeah, that one is. And again,
That's
like,
awesome.
typically too, if I was going to go to a con and show my work to an editor or something, every once in a while I do that, like I used to when I first got into the business. I'd use the black and white book because, again, like, it's literally just my line art that they get to take a look at and how it prints and stuff like that.
Good
and
idea.
again, it's a different conversation, and then, this is colored like every other book.
Right.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to get that because I just love black and white versions of books anyway. So I'm going to have to get that now that I've seen it. I cannot unsee it. Yeah, definitely, man. I will be getting that shortly. So yeah, then you can check out all the art prints they've got. Just like I said, you check out the site, dive into it. There's a lot available on this site. So 2 really good quality things we have tonight. Go check out the Kickstarter, which is kicking ass. And 27 days left, so you got lots of time to share it, spread the word, buy from it. Let's really help see if we can push that number way above 9,000. And then go check out raycomics.com and check out everything that TJ has to offer here, because he's got a ton of shit to buy and to purchase and look at, and it's all high quality. Everything is great. And that's what I gotta say. Like, I'm just so extremely excited about your success so far in the products you're putting out and the story and characters you got. So cool. Oh, I'm missing
a lot, Joe. I appreciate that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's up, LA? Good
What's up, LA?
You.
Hey, man. Welcome. Thanks for coming on. Yes,
LA
you do.
Said,
appreciate
nice,
that,
gotta hustle hard. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, it's comics, man. Like I said, there's if you're not working hard, you're not doing anything right. It's easy for you. Even the big artists say that it's hard. It's like, it's intense, man. They've been probably doing it 20, 30 years, and Jim Lee is like, oh yeah, it's still tough to draw a page. Like, blows my mind. Blows my mind.
Yeah, it's not easy. That's one thing I don't think a lot of people understand, that just buy comics and don't have anything to do with the actual making of them, or that maybe don't really know what goes into putting a comic book together.
They think it's like a factory, or like you stamp it out. Like, it's like, oh, can I get this?
Most people want it for free. They walk by the table and think that it's for the free thing, and it's like, oh man.
Like, it's like, you draw that? Like, yes.
Yeah.
You draw me? Here's my price list.
No.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I have to pay for it? Like, come on.
It's trash.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation right there.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, we've been pushing about an hour and a half, so I wanted to say thank you to everyone that's joined us and everybody that is going to back this project. Again, anybody that's been watching, please take a second to check out the Kickstarter, share it, spread the word. Check out raycomics.com. Share that. Spread the word. Because this is you gotta support. Gotta support
Jesus
good indie
Christ.
creators. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what the hell's going on down here. You gotta support
How
good
dare
indie
you,
creators.
Bob? How dare you?
Wear a mask. Yay.
I'm all by myself down here. It's all right. You gotta support good indie creators, and there's a lot of them out there, and a lot of them pushing really good products and putting their blood, sweat, and tears into stuff. So, community-wise, indie-wise, let's help each other out. Fan-wise, people like Elliot, who's a giant supporter of a lot of things.
Yeah,
I gotta
thank
say
you for
thanks to him.
for the shout outs and the retweets and
Yep.
all that. I'm the worst
Absolutely.
when it comes to Twitter, but I see it.
You are pretty bad at Twitter.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
I suck. Well, mostly on like Pornhub, so like.
Oh, well, yeah. Understandable.
It's like you get the
I'm so glad
interruptions.
it's not just me.
Nah,
Well, just make sure you're saving your right hand for drawing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ambidextrous there.
Damage that one.
All right. So before we get out of here, TJ, I know we've talked a lot about everything, but you want to just plug everything you want to plug right now before we take off?
Absolutely. So again, thank you guys for having me on. It's been an absolute pleasure to be on part of the show every time. I love chatting with you guys. And so Fizo, all the people who jumped on came through with comments. It was great hearing from you too. Easy to find me online at raycomics.com. At raycomics on Instagram and Twitter. That's at RAE Comics. If you want to find my personal IG, you can get me there too. That's at TJ Sterling Art. If you go right to the Kickstarter homepage and you search Okemus, OKEMUS, my campaign will pop right up, or you can just find it in the link in the description here in this video. Super easy to find me, and yeah, please share the campaign. Tell everybody about it. Let's make this thing go viral, and yeah, I'll see you guys on this side.
Absolutely. Sean?
Just Google
macaroni.
me. Google me. You'll find something. I'll be on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Sean Ahrendt, and sometimes on Primetime Polton, the Best Friend Show with Mark Polton and Phil McNulty. So we just recorded this show last week. We'll should have that up sometime this week. And yeah, so you'll catch me. And Joe, where the fuck you?
Where the fuck me?
I want to know more about Joe.
Yeah.
You can find me on all the social medias out there: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just type in Joe M. Sonntag. You're gonna find me. I'll pop up. Go to the YouTube as always. If you're watching this on Facebook, go to our YouTube channels. Sean's got one at Sean Ahrendt. I've got one at Joe M. Sonntag. This is where we stream the show from. We do YouTube and Facebook Live. So if you're watching this on Facebook, go to YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, share it. That really helps us out on that platform as well as it does on Facebook. Yeah, I think that's it. So Google me, you'll be able to find it. I would like to say that next week, unless something happens, because we've had some cancellations lately with certain people and we've had to rearrange, but unless something happens next week, we're having Dan Fraga come on, and we're gonna shoot the shit with him for a little while. So that should be fun. I wanted to talk to him for a little while since I was 14. I talked to him last time when I was 14. I'm sure I annoyed the piss out of him at a con, but I'm probably not, because he's a. Yeah. Like, why do you like to draw, sir? What's your character? Can you give me some tips? Anyway, all right.
Sign off.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Be good to each other. Love each other. Let's spread love, not hate. And if you're going to drink,
buy comics.
Find something at home. Yeah, buy comics. Support your indie creators. That's all I have to say. So I love you all. Be safe. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again next Friday. TJ, thank you so much for coming on the show. And Sean.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, everyone.
You rock as always.
Hey, it does. Look at that hat. Look at that hat. Backstreet Boys. I don't get it. All right.